This question involves transfers, two transfers actually, from Peter transfer to Amos, and then Amos in turn transfer back to Peter. Now we have to decide whether we want to start drawing from the front to back or back to front. Okay, and to decide that, we look at this keyword, same amount of money. So if it is the same, there exists a multiples relationship. That means both persons, they end up with the same. So when we draw the model, we can illustrate this easily. We're going to start with this. Peter versus Amos in the end is the same. Then we work backwards. Okay, so in the end they are the same. And what was the last action that happened? It is here. Amos in turn gives 3/7 of his share to Peter. If Amos gives 3/7 of his share, that means Amos is left with 4/7. So we cut Amos' share into 4 equal parts and say that he has 4/7 left, which means that he gave away 3/7. That means the 3/7 end up with Peter here. So this 3/7 actually belongs to Amos. Okay, so we're going to take it back from Peter and put it here, represented by the dotted lines. Take back this 3/7 and give it back to Amos. So at this juncture, you would notice that Peter, if he gave back that portion, he's left with 1 box. Amos would be left with these 7 boxes, right? Okay, so you bear that in mind. Next, we look at the action before the last action, which is if Peter gives 2/5 of his share to Amos. If Peter gives 2/5 of his share away, he is left with 3/5 of his share. So we can cut this into 3 units. And then he gave away 2/5, that means he gave away 2 small units. Where did it end up? It ended up here. This 2/5 came from Peter. So if we were to put back this 2/5 to Peter, it would end up at this position here. Take that 2/5 and return to Peter. So this 2/5 is gone and returned to Peter. So this 2/5 ended up, this 2/5 ended up here. Give back to Peter. So if you give back to Peter, that means Peter's share at first should be here, these 5 units at first for Peter. What about the at first for Amos? It should be here. Okay, and since each of the big box is cut into 3 smaller units, we'll cut all the rest of the big boxes into 3 smaller units, and each small box represents 1 unit. So if you count here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Peter started with 5 units. What about Amos? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19. Amos started with 19 units. So the total is 5 plus 19 units equals to 24 units. And we were told that the 2 boys share a total of $240, which means that these 24 units must be equals to the total of $240. So if you divide by 24, 1 unit is equals to $10. To find Peter's share at first, that would be 5 units. So we just take 5 times 10 equals to $50. This is Peter's share at first. What about Amos? Amos started with 19 units. Therefore, 19 times 10 equals to $190. Amos started with $190. That's the answer for both of them.